is a Cosmic Octave original podcast.
Me and Jake running down the street with a handful of comic books, kicking ass and banging chicks and drinking booze
No, not
and
me.
smoking
Not
weed.
me. I'm married.
Yeah, well,
I'm married.
Jake.
Can't do that.
Yeah. Off panel, off topic with Jake and Tyler.
Hey, everybody.
Hey.
We took last week off. I mean, technically we didn't. We just put an episode out early because we recorded early, and we did not record last Sunday because I had a baby. Not me, my wife did, but we as a couple had a baby. So yeah, it's exciting times. I'm not gonna bore everybody with the details.
Thank God.
I've you know what? I have told this story so many times to friends and family that. And, you know, honestly, I think it's nice to have some things private. I don't need to share everything on the podcast.
Yeah.
And so I think the baby's healthy. My wife's healthy. We we haven't had a lot of sleep, but that's what happens when you have a baby. But I will say this just briefly. It was... And he's crying right now. Maybe you can hear him. It was a very emotional experience. And also, if she ever, I know she doesn't really listen to the show, but if you do, Ashley, I appreciate you for letting us sneak away to record this every week.
Yeah.
But it was the single greatest day of my life. And it was, unless you're a parent, it's hard to really explain, you know. But I will say that I can't wait to have him special guest on the pod in a couple of years. Everybody and a lot.
I can't wait to play guitar for him. I really want to play.
I was
guitar
talking to
for him.
Ashley. I was like, if he does take up any interest musically, I hope it's like saxophone or something. Because if I can incorporate some sax, some horns in my music,
my God,
woo boy,
so selfish.
woo boy.
Why not make him a drummer? We need a drummer more than anything.
We got a drummer.
Who?
Tommy, friend of the show.
Who's also having a kid and who also will not have any goddamn time.
Tyler, I'm sorry. Everybody's
Just
having kids.
Hey,
I'm sorry.
Hey, I'm a one guy in a 4-guy group who doesn't have a kid. Everybody else does. So we'll be on tour in 17 years. We'll be kicking it off in whatever is the easternmost point of the United States by then. Because at that point it could be like, you know, Ohio, you know, based on global warming.
All the kids go to college and the metahumans will tour. That's what will happen.
I will unfortunately be probably gone by for like 10 years of like some sort of lung cancer or something. So, you know, really when it gets down to it,
we'll live the legacy.
We're just never going
to. Yeah.
We could do it like the Songs of the World where we all play in our separate like living rooms on a Zoom call.
Yeah, like
have you seen that stuff?
When quarantine started? Yeah, we could do that.
We could do something like that
for sure. I mean, we're kind of doing that now because we are all spread out. I mean, you and I are the only ones that actually live close together. Everybody else is all kind of spread out around the country. So, anyway, by
the way, congratulations, Tommy. I want to say that too. Yeah.
No, fuck him. He took the spotlight from me. This is supposed to be about my baby.
This baby's not due till like October.
So, yeah.
And now your baby has a baby to be friends with.
Do you think
same age?
6 months of having a newborn is enough attention for me?
I don't care.
Do you know who you're talking to? I am king drama whore.
Mm-hmm.
I'm king attention whore is what I want to say, but I for some reason thought drama queen. Anyway. No, it's been an experience. It's been about a week. So
I hope someday that I have that I get to feel the joy of holding my own child in my arms. But I don't know. We'll see. I would like to. I'm really old.
Yeah, you say that, and then you go a week without sleep, and you're
so like if I'm dating women my age, and then they're like too old to have babies anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so,
I make that joke about not having sleep, but it's worth. I've never thought more of how worth it is to have sleep.
That was the baby. That was him.
And I'm complaining, and Ashley's had less sleep than I had, so props to her for being a great mom already. And thanks to everybody that congratulated us and showed us love and support on social media and all that. So I just wanted to briefly talk about that. And so that's what I've been doing.
Are we still talking about it?
But I will say, in that time of being home, I have caught up on a lot of shit. I've watched a lot of stuff. I watched the first 2 episodes of Halo, which I probably will do a video on separately because I have some thoughts. I don't even know where that show is going. I caught up on that. We'll talk about this. I watched Moon Knight.
Yeah.
I also...
We will talk about Moon Knight.
I finished the most recent season of What We Do in the Shadows. I fucking love that show. Great stuff. And I've been catching up on... I've been working on some stuff for Off Panel Off Wrestling. I don't know when we're ever going to do that, but I got that all set up.
I can say... Can I give a little outsider's perspective of how you've changed? Way less dick jokes.
Well,
disappointed.
You know, when you have a son, you but we got a lot to talk about.
See, darn it, we're not doing videos so that people can't see me doing that awful, really disrespectful head movement I was just making towards you.
Yeah, we try to do video. We're still trying to figure this out. Okay,
Wait, what?
We're doing the best we can. All right. The dog.
I don't know if they're talking about.
Is bothering everybody.
I don't know if they're talking. No.
The dog. Well, the dog he's adjusting, okay? Because he was the baby for 2 years, and now he's got to be pushed aside for this tiny human, and I don't think he's happy about it. No, he's extremely protective. He's a good boy. I keep saying it like.
Can we do the what's in my mouth?
No, I say it like he can hear me
before he comes down and eats it out of my hand.
Let him eat it.
It's a giant chocolate.
It's chocolate, isn't it? Sorry, I'm a terrible dog owner. Or is it you got some grapes while you're at it?
Jesus Christ! Right? How about some pizza crust?
Hey, he can eat pizza. He
can.
Shits all over when he eats.
Yeah. See, that's what I was saying.
So you know what?
I did say it wasn't.
You know what? The one thing I didn't do in the time, the week off that we had with the baby.
Grow a fucking pair.
What are you talking about? Sorry. I was saying make a bumper for what's in my mouth.
Yeah. What the hell? Why not?
Here's you go.
Oh.
Ooh, what's in my mouth? Is that good enough?
I was at a comedy show last night.
Yeah, we could talk about that.
Sure. Yeah, we'll get to it.
Anyway,
let's do the...
Tyler, we're going to have 2 separate versions. We're going to have yours and we're going to have mine. Since
we're doing it a little different. We got each one... Because we didn't really plan on it, but when I got here, he was like, I have a segment for what's in my mouth. And I was like, okay. And now the reason why is because I don't really drink, okay? And real quick... I'm not one of those alcoholics who's like, oh, like I think of gin and like salivate. Like I'm not. I've never thought
like
any
you
of
get
it
the
tasted.
Sweats, like you need it, man.
No, never. Right. But here's the thing: if I have any, I'm gonna get hammered. So since I live like 15 minutes away from home and I'm driving, I am not going to have any. But that's why it's gonna be what's in your mouth. Let's call it what's in your mouth. Jake, what's in your mouth?
That's a little personal. This is
besides I could make a really bad joke.
Oh, I was gonna say Tyler.
Okay, so what's in your mouth? You did a thing on Facebook around too.
So yeah, I did. I did post this on TikTok and Twitter and Facebook.
Oh, sorry.
No, it was
46-year-old guy who doesn't understand.
Follow me on TikTok at Jake Williams 5150. Shout out to Van Halen. This is a hot commodity. I said this in my original review, and I was gonna post. There's 4 flavors of this. I was gonna post the second video, but then I realized I'm a dad now, so there's a lot of stains on my shirt in that other video, and there's dog hair and like mustard and other things, and I'm like, I can't post this. I look like a disheveled man. But it is Mountain Dew has released a hard seltzer, but the reason I call it a hot commodity is it's only available in 3 states. It's only available in Florida, Tennessee, and Iowa. So I don't know.
How fucking lucky are we?
I don't understand how Iowa won that lottery and how they got involved in it. But as you know, we're from.
Well, Kim Reynolds was like, "I'll take 70 cases for my house."
And you know what? Deliver it.
Make sure it's delivered. Yeah, parents.
I need something to drink in between.
I made this decision based on parents. choices.
I need just something to drink in between taking away trans people's rights
Woo!
and public schools, killing public schools.
And making sure that you can get alcohol like on the corner while you're driving.
Of course. But anyway, any Hoosiers.
Every stoplight.
It's interesting because we are in the hard seltzer era still of booze.
And as an alcoholic, I must say I'm really ticked off that all these young, you know how like as you get older you get the whole like kids these days. Here's my kids these days.
I'm already like that. I'm not even 30 yet.
Right, but here's my kids these days. Is, you know, if you're gonna develop alcoholism, okay, you know. You should
do it.
You should have to choke that shit down like I had to.
Yes, it's got to taste like
oh,
shit.
Look, I'm going to become an alcoholic off of seltzers. Well,
Right.
you're a pussy.
You got to do what I did. You
Yeah.
got to do like when I was in high
Kids
school.
these days. When I was a kid, I had to walk uphill both ways when it was snowing and drink whiskey straight from the bottle, no chaser.
Yeah.
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 It's got to be UV blue and Mountain Dew. That's what I was drinking. Unintentionally rhymed. But that's what I was drinking when I was growing up. Yeah.
UV blue. Yeah, I remember.
To this day, we used to do shots of UV blue too, like UV apple. To this day, whenever I see, also it's what makes me laugh is no one I
Is
know.
it like blue curacao?
I couldn't tell you. I don't think I've had blue curacao. But to this day, when anytime anybody shows any sort of like if I see UV blue anywhere, first of all, I don't because everybody I drink with now has moved past that stage of their lives. But I gag every time I look at it.
Yeah.
You know. But anyway, I'm sorry this is so long. This segment.
No, don't worry about it.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna take just as much time on my shit. So
I tried the original flavor. I honestly thought it just tasted like Diet Mountain Dew with a little bit of seltzer flavoring in it, like a little like it still was clearly a seltzer. But
I gotta be honest. Like, is there any sort of alcoholic flavor to it at all? Like, is there any sort of ethanol-y? Or is it just like straight up drinking soda?
My wife took a sip of it and she didn't really taste it, but I did. So I don't know. But she also likes seltzers more than I do. I'm not a big seltzer guy. So, but anyway, I wanted to try it because it's a hot commodity. And I tried the original one. Tasted like Diet Dew with the seltzer flavor. I like the hard cherry a lot more because that tasted like Code Red. And I like Code Red's my favorite Mountain Dew flavor. So I was a big fan of that one. So I'm trying the watermelon. I don't have my wife just wanted to try a sip of it. So she took a sip. Don't worry. She wasn't pumping. And it's only a sip of alcohol. It's fine.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Do you not know that? If she drinks alcohol, she has to pump the milk out before because she's breastfeeding. So
I know that.
She got to get the booze out of the. Anywho.
I know how human bodies work.
Anyway.
Generally.
Let's try this. All right. Here we go. Because I don't have the tab open.
Okay, so you've had the regular flavor, and this is what again?
This is watermelon. Ooh,
watermelon.
Ooh. See, now this one I don't really taste the seltzer in it. I don't. I just taste the watermelon.
So are you using the word seltzer as alcohol?
Yeah, it's a hard seltzer. Sorry. 5% alcohol.
This is the problem. We got guys like this talking about a hard poison.
Yes. Hard seltzer, 21 and over.
No, I mean, what I'm saying is, like, what you guys don't seem to understand is ethanol, which is what we drink, which is what we consume to get drunk, is a poison. The reason why you get drunk is because your body, so your liver
let's not
filters.
Let's.
Yeah.
I don't want to give a whole.
Just saying.
It is poison.
It is poison.
But I'll tell you this: this one is actually some.
So is what's in my hand.
This is delicious poison, and I agree with Tyler. If you're gonna start drinking, do what most people have to do, okay? Because alcohol isn't good. People don't drink alcohol because it tastes good. People drink alcohol because life sucks and we need to get through it.
That's why alcohol sucks. Otherwise, we'd be drunk all the time.
Right.
This is what I'm saying is, like, since alcohol, all the popular alcohol
this
drinks
is good.
taste like nothing.
This is dangerous. Do not drink the watermelon.
That's what I'm saying. Like, all these people are just going to start like, man, I can get hammered without all the nasty
So our
taste.
rating scale is stay away or absolutely, or what was it? Stay away or yes.
Yeah.
Hell yes.
Yeah.
Hell yes. Love this one. Delicious.
Right.
Regular one, nah. But black cherry, hell yes. Watermelon, I think is the best of the bunch so far. I have not had the Baja Blast yet.
Cool. Okay, so is it my turn? Because now the dog's down here. You took too long. God damn it.
Sorry. This opening segment's 15 minutes.
You know what else, too? Ever since he had his kid, he's become a lot more long-winded.
It's true.
No,
It's
we're
great.
both.
It's great.
We're both
I talk to
long-winded.
my son a lot, and he just stares at me like,
You know,
you don't have milk, so I'm not interested in you.
Well, we both go on long rants, and we understand that about each other. So we've always kind of been very accommodating of our long-windedness. So my what's in my mouth?
What's in my mouth?
Is
We're gonna
wow.
work on that. You know what? We're gonna
let's do a torch song. What's in my mouth?
I was gonna go Crash Test Dummies for some reason. What's in my mouth? You know what? We'll fix this in post. After we finish recording, you're gonna be like, why were they even talking about it? Because we heard the bumper.
Yep.
We're gonna do it in post.
So I'm
We're
excited
back,
for
baby.
that. Yeah, he's got a lot of time on his hands. So what we're gonna do is for my mouth is only the
Cadbury-
best for my mouth.
It's Easter season, folks.
Right, and the Cadbury
Couple
makes
weeks.
those eggs, which is literally chocolate filled with a sugary goop that is just pure sugar, and it looks like an egg, and everybody loves it. And if you've ever had Cadbury eggs from like England,
Johnny old England.
apparently those are like ridiculously like higher in sugar. Like it's just like holy shit. Anyway.
Yeah, I like Cadbury eggs.
Nestle actually here in the States sued Cadbury in the UK because they're the official distributors of Cadbury eggs here in the States. And Cadbury UK was trying to introduce Cadbury UK eggs to the States, which would have put Nestle Cadbury eggs out of business because they're not nearly as good. So they sued their own company to prevent them from releasing. Yeah. Anyway.
Which is rare because
Also,
usually...
and Nestle also pumps out gallons of fresh water from the Great Lakes every day and sells it back to you. Anyway, so I got an egg, and it's like a Cadbury egg, but it's a Reese's egg. Okay. So imagine the Cadbury egg is kind of that goopy, like whatever, but it's peanut butter inside instead of chocolate. Now it's not quite the same thing. You can see it's kind of broken open, so it's clearly like two halves of chocolate around a really whipped butter center. It's not the same as a Cadbury egg.
Yeah.
But it is a really whipped peanut butter. So here we go. Okay. So Reese's peanut butter.
It's like melted peanut butter, pretty much.
Yeah, like really, yeah.
Yeah, take a big old bite out of that. Yeah, get it
Take
going.
a big old bite. Well,
Easter's in 2 weeks, by the way.
oh my God.
13 days in this post.
Well,
I mean, how could you go wrong? It's peanut butter inside of chocolate.
and I got to be honest, it really doesn't like make a difference how the peanut butter is. It's
Well, the dog's down here, so we're going to take a time out while you finish that,
yeah, it sounds good.
and then we'll be right back. Okay. All right, we're back. I suppose we've derailed the show long enough.
Yeah.
What are you doing now?
What do you mean? What am I doing now?
I can still hear you smacking your lips after the egg. Anyway, so I mentioned one of the things that I watched on our mini or our little break for a week. Moon Knight,
Dude.
episode 1 this past
Do you
week.
think it's enough time has passed now that we can do spoilers? I mean, because there's not really a lot of
Why do you care?
spoilers.
We always spoil episodes. What are you talking
Well,
about?
I'm saying, do we need the pizza
No,
time?
we don't. Also, I think they really dropped the ball doing one.
I don't think you understand how
They-
much I love
they-
the pizza time.
They dropped the ball.
What?
Disney did. I'll tell you right
For
now.
what?
They dropped the ball.
Pizza time.
There. So that's your warning. One more time. Spoilers.
Pizza time.
I'm not jumping into it now, but
For
I'm
somebody who
I'm
took-
just letting you know.
That much time to make that little drop, you're really hesitant to use it.
It's
Like
not that hard, man.
you seriously, like you just hold on to it, like man.
Pizza time.
All right. No, I think Disney dropped the ball in a sense that they should have had 2 episodes instead of just 1, because I think it's criminal that I have to wait until Wednesday for the second episode of this show to come out. Because
So you're just being a bitch.
Yeah, I'm being a little bitch. being a bitch. No, I
Little bitch.
enjoy this a lot. I think that
I watched it twice already.
it might be a little hard for people to kind of grasp what's going on. That don't really have a reference for Moon Knight. I think they do well enough to kind of explain that he has multiple personalities. But I can understand that somebody that doesn't understand Mark Spector and Stephen Merchant and Moon Knight and Mr. Knight and
Stephen Grant.
what did I say?
Stephen Merchant is an actor.
Oh.
Great actor.
Anyway, so I think there's a lot to it, but I think that it's great that they got somebody like Oscar Isaac, who is a great actor who can, because really he has to play 4 different characters.
Oh, the scene where he is ordering the steak, heartbreaking. Like you can just see, like in his face, he's just like,
because he has to play Steven, he has to play Mark, he has to play Moon Knight, he has to play Mr. Knight, who we'll see later in the show.
We'll probably see Jake Lockley.
Probably.
Who is the cab driver.
Yeah. So it's...
Well, I don't know. It's only 6 episodes. What the
that's
fuck?
Fuck off, Disney.
Yeah.
Stop this shit. Unless they are really trying to build towards a Midnight Suns thing with Blade and everything. It's like, why? There's no need for this to be 6 episodes.
Hang on. Remember how we talked about how episodes are seasons can be too long, like Daredevil season 1
Sure,
and 1?
but
okay. Now, hang
6
on.
is not enough.
Well, we don't know, because hang on. Like, what I was saying is, I feel like I should say hang on one more time. Hang on.
Yeah,
So
'cause that's not annoying me at all.
So,
Fucking, hang on.
we have talked
You're
about
like the
before.
cat in the poster. Hang on, buddy.
Hang in there. We have talked. That cat's dead, by the way. We have no amount of positivity changes that shit.
Shit.
By the way,
Depending on how old that poster is, I guess.
I just bought it last year. Well,
Well,
uh,
if it was more than 15 years ago, it's probably dead.
yeah.
Anyway.
The
Right.
point of yeah.
So
yeah.
you're thinking that we don't know yet, right? So we don't have a full reference of how,
we
don't even,
also talk about
Sure.
the other way, which is why make it a certain specific set of episodes, or you know, if the creators want to make a 6 episode thing, why do you make them do like 9 or 10?
I think you're right.
We don't know.
But my defense in that is you have to do a lot. And a buddy of mine mentioned this when we were talking about it. He made a good point because he said it's going to feel rushed because there's a lot of shit you have to explain. Because you're not only... So now you're introducing... Because you could argue that the Asgardians were gods, but the way that they're portrayed in the MCU is they're more of space alien gods that we don't understand, right? But now you're trying to introduce gods into the MCU, so you've got to explain... I can't pronounce the name. Khonshu. You got to introduce them. You got to set up the fact that, and they already did it in the first episode, but you got to really drive it home after that with Mr. Knight and Moon Knight of, like, there's multiple personalities to this character. You got to really develop Ethan Hawke's character. Look, I don't know a ton about Moon Knight, but I know enough to know that, he's got the multiple personalities.
It's complicated.
I know about Khonshu. I know about all that shit. But I just feel like it's going to be really hard to explain that in 6 episodes. But to defend your point, I would agree with you.
Yeah.
If they were like 90-minute episodes, if you could make them longer, like 6 movies, then I could say. But I'm just worried that 6 episodes isn't going to be enough to explain it. Despite
what I just said as a caveat, which we just talked about, I still agree with you. 6 episodes is not enough. I like to think, until I see the whole run, I like to think that they have a plan in mind to make it not feel rushed, because so far it hasn't felt rushed. But I'm only 1 episode in. But I also agree with you that it troubles me that there's only 6.
What I want to know is, why was Wanda 9?
Right?
Why was WandaVision 9, but they were half-hour episodes? And then every show after that was 6 episodes, an hour each. Right. I don't understand why they changed that. But again, I think that's because of COVID.
And wait,
because WandaVision wasn't supposed to be first.
But didn't WandaVision end up being like close to 40 minutes by the end of it though?
Yeah, like the first couple episodes are only 30 minutes.
They're supposed to be like sitcom styled.
Yeah, as the show progresses, they get longer.
And look, I've seen, in a lot of these different series, I've seen, like, you look through the episode listing, it's like 47, 52, 57, 51, we're at a general, they don't have ads and ad breaks, and they're not on network television, so they don't have, granted, you don't want to write, if you have a half an hour worth of stuff, you don't want to pad it out to an hour.
Sure, because then idiots like us will get on a podcast and be like, hey, it's padded.
But overall, like, I'm super excited about it. I like that we got to see Moon Knight. I like that we I love
I love that they didn't show him until the last shot. I thought that was really cool.
I know we talked about it off the air,
Yeah.
and I've discussed it with a couple other friends. I was thinking like whether they're going to show what actually happened when he blacks out during the big chase scene. And the more I talk about it, the more I ask my friends and stuff, the more I realize I kind of hope they don't.
Yeah, it's better this way.
Yeah.
I like it.
I kind of hope they just don't show it.
And that's the thing too. I think that you and I both loved it. I thought it was. I like I said to you.
Wait a second. Sorry. Continue your think, but I got something too. Go. Sorry, I don't want to cut your.
No, I really love this episode, and I think part of it is, and like I was saying, I wish they would have had 2 episodes as the premiere because it is paced really well. It is, and I think this is the first time since maybe Loki, because Hawkeye definitely felt like a TV show, but Loki felt more cinematic, and this feels like more of a movie than a TV show.
Yeah.
And I think the first episode is paced really well.
Yeah.
And before you know it, it's over. And I was like, oh, shit, I can't wait for next week.
Right, yeah. Okay, so I just figured it out. I just figured out why it's 6 episodes. So the first
'Cause that's what Feige said?
The first 5 episodes are going to be point of view episodes. This first one was Stephen Grant. This next one is going to be Mr.
It's going to
Knight.
be each personality.
The third one is going to be Mark Spector. The fourth one is going to be either Lockley or Khonshu or Moon Knight or whatever. And then the 5th and 6th will deal with, and maybe even Harrow might even get his own episode. But I just realized that would make a lot of sense, and actually that would be a really cool way to do this series. Is like you just saw
you see each aspect
like
of his
5 days in the life
personality.
of Stephen Grant. Let's look at those same 5 days in the life of Mr. Knight or something.
Yeah.
Because from the promos I've seen for episode 2, we're going to see him this episode, I think.
Mr. Knight?
Apparently. They had a promo, a preview for the episode 2, and I thought they showed...
Yeah, I think also, if anybody wants to complain about not seeing Moon Knight until the end of the episode, I think you missed the promotional material, because you're going to see a lot of him and Mr. Knight in this show.
Yeah.
I think after this episode, you're going to see a lot more action and a lot more... And... Yeah. I gotta say, like, the car chase scene was fun. I really liked the car chase scene.
I'm driving backwards. What?
Yeah. So the episode in itself, I like that it is kind of a mystery, and it's kind of a hodgepodge of genres, because there's elements of horror in this with Khonshu. There's elements of intrigue.
That jackal at the end was fucking creepy.
Well, like when he's in the
background,
when he's in the elevator and Khonshu is coming towards him, and it's just the old lady. Like, that was creepy. I love that, and I love the cell phone stuff. What was interesting to me, are they implying that the voice he's hearing is Khonshu?
Yeah.
So, because he says it's the idiot, like
yeah,
which I love.
Yeah,
and I don't know. I love that there's like this weird tone. Like, the tone is kind of weird because it's got this weird jovial like 60s music in the background,
which I love. I love the song that plays when he wakes up. I can't remember how it goes now, but I love it. It just it's
when he wakes up in Egypt.
Yeah. Oh, and okay, so they're talking about his powers and stuff in an article I was reading. But I don't know if anybody else notices, but his jaw is clearly broken when he wakes up.
Yeah, his jaw is broken.
Yeah.
And he just readjusted it. Yeah.
So he has regenerative powers.
Yeah.
I think we can.
Well, and I think that's because he's
glean
got
that.
the spirit of Khonshu, right? So I'm imagining.
I think in the comics he does have kind of regenerative powers too.
But
he's super. I don't know.
I don't think. And again, what I think is smart about this isn't an origin story, because the way that it's portrayed is that he wakes up with a broken jaw and he adjusted, and then Khonshu says, "Oh, we've got the idiot one."
Yeah.
And then when he sees Ethan Hawke's character. His name escapes me, and you mentioned
Arthur
it.
Harrow.
Yeah, when he sees him, he knows who he is. So
as Mark Spector,
right? So that is the implication. Like, okay, so he has been running around, and we find out later in the episode that he hid the cell phone in the crawl space. So I think it's smart that the show is implying that he's been running around as Moon Knight for a while.
So now we've seen in this first episode why Mark or / Moon Knight, if it's the same person, would take over. I think it would be really cool if this next episode was all about Stephen Grant, or the guy who.
No, I don't
and they showed why he would fall out.
But see, I don't.
I want to know why he would somehow lose control of the body.
I'm also wondering why. Because most of the time, 'Cause my frame of reference, and I have not read the Jeff Lemire. Is it Lemire?
Lemire.
Lemire. I haven't read his recent
He's
run.
a great writer.
Well, yeah, he focuses more on Mr. Knight in his run, I think.
I read the first 2 issues of it. Yeah, it was interesting.
And that's more of like a psychological thing. But most of the time when I've read comics, they've more focused on Mark. So it was interesting to see the show start focusing on Steven. And that he's the dominant personality. As far as we know, he's the dominant personality.
I'll put it to you like this. In the comic books, they used to have this thing called
That's the problem with drinking seltzers.
Original, the handbook, which is, both DC and Marvel did, and they were these giant sprawling issues, and they each character from A to Z had their own little entry, right? And then they had Book of the Dead and whatnot. And when they had Moon Knight, they have like, Moon Knight, and then they have real name is like the first entry. Now, for instance, then they would have something like known aliases like down the row, right? After first appearance and, birth date and whatever, all that shit. But, so they'd go Moon Knight, and real name would be Mark Spector. And then lower on down, they would say known aliases, Jake Lockley, Stephen Grant, da-da-da-da. So, in terms of the Marvel Comics universe, yes, when Moon Knight takes his hood off as Moon Knight, he's Mark Spector. That's the best way I can put it to you. That's the best way I can explain it to you.
So here's another question. So when he's in Egypt, he goes to this gathering of people, and
it's not in Egypt. He's in Europe somewhere when he's
No, I thought he was in Egypt.
No, he's in Europe somewhere. That's clearly a castle in Europe that he falls out of or whatever. That he waves at the guy.
Say it didn't really look like a desert. It was more greenery, so
I
would understand how it's not in Egypt. But
if you notice the buildings in the village too, is very
I forgot.
It was very alpine.
I forgot the British were shitty people and they stole stuff and put them in museums. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
Hey, America sucks too. It's all right. So he has the scarab, the golden scarab in his pocket. But when he goes in, and clearly Ethan Hawke. God damn it! What was his name? You just said it.
Arthur Harrow. No,
Harrow.
I love how
Harrow is leading a cult.
Susses out.
Yeah, but he's leading a cult, and they're getting the judgment tattoo. This person is. They're getting initiated.
Which is kind of cool.
Into his cult.
Amit.
And so he immediately picks him out, and this is where I was like, okay, I think this show is definitely going to lean into the more violent tendencies, because while it's a cut, because that's the first time we see him. And it's really funny because now you're seeing Khonshu and Spectre's influence on Steven, where he's trying to hand him the scarab, but his body won't do it. And it's played as a little bit of comedy. And again, I'm wondering how this is going to work the rest of the show, because they are doing that traditional like Marvel humor, but they're also, when it cuts, he's bloodied. And those guys are clearly
very
dead.
Bloody, yes.
And so I'm like, okay, are they going to lean into a little bit more? And we'll talk about this in a second, because I got a bone to pick with Disney about this.
I know.
Amongst other things, but but it cuts. But we definitely see blood and go a little bit of death and all that. But that's the first time we see it, and it's awesome because this whole fight. Anytime Steven gets too scared, switches in, and then it cuts back, and he's like, "Oh, what did I do? What did I do? What just happened?"
And then
So that whole chase of him, like, it keeps cutting in between, and it's like 1 minute he's here, and then he's turning around backwards. This thing's out. People are dead. And then the logs.
He's trying to like shove a cupcake into a guy's face while another guy's taking aim, and then the guy who he was trying to kill with the cupcake is falling out of the back of the fucking truck.
And he's got his gun.
The car that was next to him is going off the cliff because that guy's dead. This is like, holy shit. It's pretty fun.
Yeah. And but I will say this is the one time I really was like, oh boy. The CG was not great.
I noticed that, but you know what? I gave it a pass just because I gave it a pass, man. I'll give it a pass.
That's also because we were just talking about keep talking.
Right. Well, okay, like you can see like when the guy jumps off of the car onto the truck and then comes in the back door of the truck, you can see that like the actor's like standing behind those doors and the windows are blacked out and he's just waiting and he comes through the door. And then the CGI guys throw him jumping from the car onto the truck. Like you can see if you know anything about movies and stuff and how they do stuff, which is great when you see stuff that you've never seen before, you're right. A lot of the special effects during that chase scene were kind of like, I can tell these are special effects. You guys are probably not actually on an Alpine Mountain Road right now.
Well, that's the thing. I am more critical of that because I'm someone who believes.
And when the logs finally fell on the dudes, it looked really funky.
Stop putting stunt drivers out of work. If you can, I understand safety is a top priority, but you should try your best to do that shit in camera, and that should be practical because it's such an uncanny valley when I saw, because even Ashley and usually we don't say things like this, but she was like, that's like CG.
One of the first,
that's pretty ugly.
When they first,
and the logs, logs didn't look real at all.
When they first pan, now here's the thing: when they did the actual the actual accident with the log truck, that looks practical.
But when they drop it on the end, it's like
at the end on the guys, it's like, what the hell? Even the guys look really funky, like when they get hit. But here's the thing:
I think that's TV budget versus
movie
budget.
when they first pan out, when the chase scene first starts, and he's driving down up to that curve, and you see and you're like, that's not a real road in the Alpine Mountain, It is like just like you were saying, like that was one of the thoughts that came through my head while I was going, this is cool.
Yeah.
But it was there.
But it was a fun scene, and I let it go. But in my head...
I tried, but I totally get it.
It's nitpicky, but that's just something, like, for me...
You're a multi-trillion-dollar fucking corporation who owns all of the really, the best, let's be honest, all the best properties on the planet, let's be honest. Nobody cares about Star Trek or DC.
I do.
No, you don't.
I care about DC. I don't care about Star Trek.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No,
you joking?
No, you don't.
It's the whole reason I have HBO.
You don't even care about
one of the many.
You don't
reasons,
even care about that.
One of the many reasons I have HBO Max is just to watch all the DC stuff.
HBO Max is great.
Yeah. Another thing too. I forgot to mention. I finished Our Flag Means Death.
I still have it.
I have. You're gonna be surprised. I will tell you this. It takes.
I just haven't had time.
Episode 9. Takes a turn.
I literally have no job. What am I talking about?
No, episode 9, it definitely takes a turn narratively that I was not expecting, and then episode 10 takes another turn that's kind of surprising, and I hope they get a season 2.
Okay, well, so then I will. I think I ended on season 6 or 7.
You mean episode 6 or 7?
Whatever.
There's 10 episodes.
Shut your mouth.
I'm just saying.
Because they released they released the first 3,
I don't know why they
and
did
then the second 3. You remember that?
Yeah, and then they released 2, and then they.
So I want to say, and I haven't been able to watch it since. So I want to say episode 6 is the last one I saw.
I'm pretty sure there's 10 episodes. There might be 9. Anyway, point is.
You shut your mouth.
And again, it might be just TV budget, and they had a cut cost, or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they did try to shoot it practically, and it just didn't work, and they had to resort to CG. But I'm just at this point, when you look at things like how good Thanos looked, and like the Halo TV show, say what you will about that show, but the Covenant, the aliens look really good. Like there's a scene in the second episode where there's a close up, and it looks practical. But I guarantee you it's CG because nobody wants to... well, maybe it is practical, but the point is, that show looks expensive. That show looks like it's $10 million an episode. And I'm not saying this show doesn't, but there's just like, I don't know, like you were talking about. When it's Disney, I feel like when you cut corners like that a little bit, it is more noticeable. And I think nobody that watched that first episode didn't think, yeah, that's real. Like, everybody's like, that is a fake car. Those are fake logs.
Even the little kids who should not have been watching it
well, it's
knew.
Not, like, other than the violence, like, honestly, it's not even that bad. But
No.
So what interested me, what I was trying to figure out was at the end of the episode. Because, in between, we find out that he lost a few days in the week. He thought it's Friday, it's Sunday. There's clearly a woman he was going to go out to have dinner with. She thought he blew him off.
Who was a babe, so yeah, I feel you. I feel you, dude.
And we also know that he doesn't sleep. Like, he was doing...
staying awake.
Yeah, so I'm wondering is because... And again, we're getting dropped in the middle of it. So maybe Steven is aware, and he's trying to... I'm wondering how they're going to explain that in other episodes of why he tries to stay awake. Maybe he's having nightmares. I don't know, but we'll figure. I'm sure they'll explain it. But when we get to the end, where towards the end he goes to the museum, he notices that Harrow is following him, and he goes into the museum. What do you think was happening there? So Harrow corners him with his cane.
They don't show
and
what
he
happens
showed-
to his tattoo.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't. What it settles on? No, they don't.
But they show it moves. Is what I'm trying to get at.
But when it finally settles, they move away from it, and they both look at it, and they're like,
he walks up to Steven, and
right.
Steven has his hands out, and he puts he balances the cane, the handle of the cane in between his arms, and you see the judgment scale that he has on his arm move, and he says, "There's a lot of darkness in you."
chaos.
Or chaos.
There's chaos in you.
And so I'm wondering.
But they both look at it like with a look of shock.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out what that means.
But the thing that stuck with me both times I saw it was they don't show you. They show in the first scene with his tattoo. They show the one turns green, the guy lives. The other time it turns red, the lady dies.
Right.
They
That's
don't show.
That's the woman that gets the tattoo when he first meets him, or we first meet Harrow, and they kill her.
They don't show what the tattoo finally ends up on, whether green or red or something else entirely. And they're both looking at it in shock because, again, the camera pulls away.
Yeah.
And then he says, "There's chaos in you," and that's when that's what allows him to break away.
And then that leads into
that Harrow is caught unaware. So
and then leads to the next scene where it sounds like a dog, but it's actually a jackal.
I'll bet you anything that it was half green, half red.
Wow.
And that's why he was like, "I can't kill you,
Like Steven,
but I can't let you
Steven
live."
is the good one, but Mark is the evil one. Maybe is what he's perceiving it as. I don't know. Maybe they play with something like that. But I love the fact that they continue to use the Egyptian mythology and they have the jackal, which is very much tied to pharaohs and the afterlife and things like that. So that was really cool to see that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I love about Moon Knight, and I'm glad that we're in this era of Marvel where we've moved past the we've moved past the like science-based stuff with Iron Man. Then we got into the cosmic stuff leading into Infinity War, and now we're leaning more into the magical, mythical part of the DC or the MCU. And we go, and not only do we have the multiverse stuff, but it's also like Blade's going to be introduced. We have the Doctor Strange stuff, so we're leaning more into the magical side and the more gods and sorcery, and I like that the MCU is kind of going that way, and the show is more leaning into that. And Moon Knight is such a weird character, and it's such a fascinating character, and I would argue one of the most fascinating characters in Marvel.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited to see where they go with it. And that final scene when he's in the room, like how they shot that, I'm wondering how they did that because
his brother stood in for the shots where
he's the mirror's talking to him.
Yeah, when they focus on one of them, the other one is his brother.
Right, which is usually how you would do it. Whenever you have two
his brother looks a lot like him. So like when they show him and he's backing up and he's Stephen Grant, that's Oscar. But then when they pan over to like see presumably Mark in the mirror.
Yeah, it is Mark.
I'm guessing.
He says it is Mark.
Does he say his name?
Because Mark, it says in the subtitles Mark. It's
Mark.
Mark.
Yeah, but so it's Mark, but that's clearly Oscar Isaac, and whoever's like shivering off camera, kind of, because you can still see him a little bit, is his brother.
Why wouldn't it be Mark?
No,
it's not gonna be a taxi driver.
It's not. I know it's not like a real big mystery.
I know.
It's just the guy.
But
Mark was clearly talking to him.
I
through
love
the
how
thing.
they did that. That was really cool. And this was the first time in the episode where Steven actively gave up control.
Yeah.
Which, again, I'm wondering if they're going to stick with Steven being the dominant personality. But I don't know.
See, I don't think they will.
I think Mark is going to be the dominant personality now.
I think what they're going to do is, I think it would be a really cool idea.
It would be smart
I have
to do
no idea.
each perspective, yeah.
Don't you think?
I would agree with
that.
that.
Would be fun.
Yeah.
Like if this next week we saw like Mr. Knight's perspective
is Mr.
or
Knight
something.
the cab driver then, right?
No, Lockley is the cab driver. Mr. Knight is a guy who runs like
he's
a
crime
relatively
boss.
he's more of a PI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he wears a suit.
Yeah, he's a lot less hands-on.
We talked about this.
Yeah.
Dude, that design looks awesome. Like that promo poster they showed of Mr. Knight, like that's cool.
Yeah.
I really like it. Because I mean, Moon Knight itself is kind of a silly look.
Yeah.
Like it's a really cool like.
Oh, you've seen what he looked like in his first appearance, right?
Yeah.
He looks like a dude with goggles.
But like I
And a
really
hood.
and the Mr. Knight design's kind of silly, but I love it. And I think
And they
it's-
used to. I don't know if they will in the. They don't anymore in the comics. I don't think, and I don't think they will in the show. But they used to hit the tips of his wings used to be connected to these magical wristbands that he had that were like parts. He used to have like these different pieces, like these archaeological pieces
Yeah.
that he got from Khonshu that strengthened him. One of them was a belt. One was, and then there was these two, and then he had an Ankh.
for whatever reason I thought it was Anubis. For what I thought he was tied to Anubis. I don't know why.
Anubis is the
Death, right?
He's the jackal.
Anubis plays a role. I think every part of like a lot of Egyptian mythology.
I don't
plays a
know
part
that
of it.
much about the Aeneid, which is what they're called.
Yeah, the group of Egyptian gods.
Yeah, I don't know much about that.
the first Avengers, some would say.
I know Set. I know.
Yeah. Yeah,
Khonshu
And
I know
Anubis yeah. I don't know.
Ra,
Yes.
Osiris,
Yeah.
Isis.
I love that
Somebody who's not smart is like, "What are you talking about terrorists for?" Like, no.
I love
never mind.
I love when they incorporate. I love it when like fiction likes to incorporate a lot of mythology, and
Me too.
I'm interested to see where it goes. I like I said, the ending is so great because he finally gives up control, and then you finally see the Moon Knight.
I like the mummification.
Yes, I
Yeah,
love that it's
That's a
wraps.
neat.
I
that's
love
a
that
neat.
so much.
That's a neat
so cool.
addition to the costume that kind of changes. It makes it because look, there are some costumes that you can't just translate directly to the MCU. No matter how much they are making more of an effort to be more comics accurate.
They tried that with Captain America and the first Avengers, making it more like
Yeah.
spandex. People, I like it, but most people don't. So then they went back to the
Well,
first movie.
Tony Stark, gives them a joke. And which one between the two of us is wearing a spangly outfit?
Yeah. Well, and it's really funny is how the movie changed the look. I mean, yeah, Iron Man kind of looked like that in the comics, but the movie completely changed his design, and nobody cared because it was a cool design. So, and I love this. This is a really awesome redesign to make him the wraps of like the mummification, which is so dope.
Yeah.
And yeah, the scene is great. We don't see much of it, but the fact that he just brutally murders that freaking jackal, and then he turns to the camera and walks into it. Cut credits. I was like, that is how you end an episode. Because I remember texting you after I watched it, being like, that the ending was fucking rad.
I posted on social media, Moon Knight, more like Moon, yeah.
No, you messed up, dude. That's a terrible one. You go Moon Knight, Moon, all right, because it rhymes.
I don't even know you anymore.
You're mad because you know it's better.
No, I'm mad because you're just shitting all over my really hilarious.
Moon Knight, more like Moon, all right. Come on. Do a Twitter poll right now.
No.
Speaking of which, follow us on Twitter at OPOT.
Oh yeah, we got
Podcast.
Twitter
And Facebook, Off Panel Off Topic.
We're on the Twitter sphere. We're in the Twitter sphere.
Good
Is
stuff.
it in or on?
Real quick, while we're still on the topic of Moon Knight and Disney Plus,
Oh, he's got a bone.
well, it's okay. So Disney edited some footage from Falcon and Winter Soldier, took the blood out of it, took some blood out of the scene. I think it's the dude that he kills in the first episode, right? When he's still Winter Soldiering around. And they took that out, and people were outraged because it got leaked or people saw it on Twitter, and people were posting about it. And then Disney comes out and says, "Oh, that wasn't supposed to happen. It was a leak." Bullshit. Okay, things only get leaked when you want them to get leaked. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Ever since for me personally, ever since that Sony leak came out about the interview in North Korea, I don't buy these leaks anymore. That they are unintentional, unless I actually see some like cell phone potato quality footage of a leak. When a leak comes
Did
out,
you say potato quality?
yeah. You've never heard that term before? You gotta get on the internet more.
What is it?
No, that's just what they say when a video looks like shit. They call it like, would you shoot it with a potato? Potato quality. I feel like I shouldn't have to explain this to you.
Are there lenses on potatoes?
Oh my god, dude! It's just a phrase.
Are there flip
It's just-
potatoes?
It's just a phrase.
Are there smart potatoes?
God, get on Reddit more. Anyway, sometimes Most of the time, our age gap doesn't bother me, but now it is.
Wait a second. What's Reddit?
Reddit.com/r/offpanel No, we should make our own subreddit. Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah, so Disney's like, sorry about that. It was totally a leak, and it wasn't supposed to come out. No, it wasn't. You just did that, and then people got mad at you, so then you're like, okay, we'll put it back in. And I think the biggest reason people are mad about it is because Disney Plus just released the Netflix shows on their platform and had those parental locks, where it's like, you're really going to edit that part of a show when you just have a show come back on the air that was Daredevil, where Kingpin decapitates a man with a car door. I'm sorry.
And having rewatched that scene like within the last week recently, it is way more fucking brutal than you remember.
Oh, it's awful. It's
when was the last time you watched it?
When it came out.
Me too. Well, no. Okay, so I didn't. I think it was season 2 by the time I started watching it.
Yeah.
But the only time I had seen that scene was the first time I watched it. I told you I've been rewatching it.
Yeah.
I've kind of held off a little bit because there's a lot of fucking filler in that first season in both.
Well, yeah, because there's 13 episodes.
So, but dude, so I was watching it and I get to that part because I want to see that part. I remember it from how brutal it was, and I remember when I was watching it at first, I was like, oh my God. And so I'm like, I want to see it again. I want to see if it was what I remember. Dude, it is longer than you remember. It is. And it is way more brutal.
Yeah.
Like, it takes him a long time.
Well, I mean,
before he cuts the head off. So there's
when you think about a car door, it probably takes a lot to chop a man's head
I don't
off.
know if you remember this, but and you probably don't because you haven't seen it since then, but he actually stops in the middle of it because he's tired. And then he does it again until he finally gets the head off. Like, that's how long it is. That's how long that scene is.
And then he's looked at it and he said,
Nice.
Wait, so tell us exactly how you reacted when you first saw your son. Yes! No, it's
Nice.
just, yeah, there you
It was both. It was both. First, it was like,
What?
like I'm a dad now.
go. What?
What?
And then Ashley, I was like, you're a mom now. And she said,
What? Why does Ashley sound
speaking of which,
so manly in that? What?
speaking of,
Because she was pushing for like hours.
he came back. We're recording this on Sunday, and it'll post on Monday. But Saturday night, the first night of WrestleMania, he came back and had his first match in 19 years.
Stone Cold?
Yeah, he did. It
How was it?
was awesome. It
Yep.
was like he.
Did he win?
I have a buddy of mine that went. It's in Dallas this year, so he actually went. And funny enough, him and I went He went with me the last time. He had an extra ticket, and we went 6 years ago for WrestleMania 32 when it was last in Dallas. And him and I had a funny exchange.
I remember WrestleMania 7.
That's a bucket list thing. That was. I mean, it is unfortunate that I went to one of the worst WrestleManias, but it only because there were so many injured wrestlers that year. So
You have been to a WrestleMania?
Yeah, that was my only WrestleMania.
Should we tell the audience about our bucket list check off that we're doing
No.
later this fall?
What are you talking about? Oh, going to Wrigley Field?
Yeah.
That's what I said when you said we were doing it. And then
Sad face.
I looked at my
We're
bank.
like-
I looked at my bank account and I said,
Godspeed, Spider-Man.
we got some time to save. No, the nice thing is the tickets are real cheap. And a good friend of mine has season tickets.
"What'd you do to get those tickets? Did you do?"
I'll eat your ass.
And then I had to pay.
$1 million, bitch.
God, it's so great.
Anyway,
And you know what? When I found find Sebastian for me real quick, because when I finally
Sebastian?
find Gorka for me when I was
I don't have it on here anymore. I had to make room for
It's fine. I was gonna make
more.
another
I had to
one.
make room for all sorts of stuff.
Yes!
I was gonna say, like, when I finally got the tickets for my friend, I was like, I'm gonna jump up and down when I get to the stadium, and then Gorka was gonna go, "This isn't a glee club."
And then because I don't have that, you were like,
Misery, misery, misery. That's what you've chosen.
I love the grunt. I love that there's no clean thing of him just saying that because
That's
of
what I hate when I was making promos for our show last fall.
It's
like,
hard, man.
That's what I hated. Like, you'd be like, "Oh, this quote is great," but then some other dumbass steps all over it at the very end,
Or it's
on
like
the last word.
Or it's like this, where there's like music in the background.
Yeah, and you can't like cut it out. Oh, because a lot of my really funny quotes last year came at the tail end, because I would wait until the intro was playing for a little while, but he wouldn't pot it down until I started talking. So a lot of those really funny bits I couldn't use because there's music behind it.
You know, at the end of the day, we're losing recipes. All right, so that's still one of the greatest quotes ever. But I think that's such crap. Like, come on, Disney. Like, you were trying to edit something which makes no sense to edit. Because when you take out that violence, it takes away the teeth. It takes away the stakes. Like, when John Walker kills that guy and there's blood on the shield, it's a big deal.
It's traumatizing.
Yeah, because they've never gone that far before. And so it's a big deal when you see blood on the shield. You don't see blood on the shield.
I remember watching that episode and seeing it like happen in real time and like the build up to it, and I'm like, he's gonna do this at the end of this episode.
I also love the fact that shield isn't even the original shield.
Yeah.
Because the original shield got cut to shreds by Thanos. So he brought that back with him from when he went back in time.
I thought when they snapped Thanos out of existence that it just magically repaired the shield.
No, why would it?
Because if Thanos never
Tyler, at the end of the movie, he returns the stones. So why wouldn't he just pick up the shield on his way back?
I don't know. Why are you so mad at me?
No, because I'm saying narratively, that's
didn't he have the shield when he was getting on the time machine?
He had
Sure?
Mjolnir.
Are you sure?
He returned Mjolnir, but when he comes back, he's the old man on the bench, and it's in a bag. So he brought it back with him. I also got to say, one of the funniest bits.
I don't know if I believe you.
One of the funniest sketches I've seen was the Warp Zone on YouTube. They had a whole bit about how he couldn't get involved with all the big like tragedies that were happening, and like 9/11. It's like we should. Peggy's like, we should go see the World Trade Center. It was September 10th, and he's like, yeah, maybe we should just stay. We should stay home. Yeah, just wait a little bit.
Yeah,
like
give it a day.
And Vietnam, and it's like, oh, can you believe it? And like all this stuff, all these like historical events. He's like, maybe we shouldn't. There's like,
I don't think a trip to Hawaii this year.
Yeah, exactly.
This Christmas is a good idea.
But yeah, it was. I think it was. Yeah, the bit was it was September 10th, 2001. He's like, maybe stay home. I love it. So what else do we want to talk about today? We talked about Moon Knight.
Ezra Miller has given me one more reason not to give a fuck about the Flashpoint movie.
Hey, I'll give him credit. Or sorry, he's non-binary. So
you'll give them credit?
Yes, I'll give them credit because they took the heat off of hearing about the slap from Will Smith. Because I will say, it's amazing how fast Twitter could beat a dead horse.
Oh my god!
And I was done with the slap shit after like halfway through Monday, the day. Like obviously I was dealing with the baby being born.
Yeah.
But halfway through the day while we're waiting to have.
Oh, I texted.
Yeah. Could you believe you live in a world where your baby's gonna come in?
No.
Your baby's gonna be coming into a world after Will Smith slapped Chris Rock.
So I've been a little bit tough on Jake, obviously, just because just kind of has to be. But but my thing has kind of been jokey about like, oh well, the kid's more important than because obviously it is, duh. Obviously Lincoln is more important than me, but like I texted you the day, you texted me. No, you had a dentist appointment. So he had
I totally buried the lead on you.
This is so
Because when I
funny.
texted you that, I was already at the hospital.
Really?
Yeah, I was fucking with you.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Anyway,
I did have a dentist appointment.
So, but obviously you didn't go because
yes,
you had,
absolutely.
So, okay, so we didn't really have plans on Monday, but as the baby was getting here, we're like, okay, let's try and get as much work in as we can until the baby gets here. So then, we can give it a little time.
We were going to do some videos and stuff to get more
Monday
content
we were going to do a little bit of stuff and whatnot. So he's like, hey, I got a dentist appointment, okay? And then, he texted and I when he told me about the dentist appointment, I'm like, I had already been just scrolling and seeing all these
Yeah.
and watching the video and all that shit. And I was like,
I've seen that video probably a million times.
You literally have a dentist appointment the morning after Will Smith
Yeah, 'cause
slaps
we
the
were-
shit. Like
We were obviously going to talk about
we
it.
were gonna do a pod, and it was like,
Yeah.
ultimately the reason why we didn't do the podcast is a lot better than
Sure, absolutely.
Jake's stupid teeth. Stupid teeth.
But no, we were even going to do a bit about it on this show, but we're like, it's been a week. I don't fucking care. But we totally brushed past us talking about the Academy. About
you know what? Let's do it anyway.
But the reason I say that is yes,
Ezra
Ezra Miller took the news in a different direction and kind of took it off the slap for a while.
Yeah.
And in terms of the slap, my opinion on it shouldn't have happened. Whatever. I don't really care if you agree or disagree with Will Smith. I don't care. It's
I liked what you said on the air. Slap him at the after party.
yeah, slap him. At the end of the day, it's rich people slapping a rich dude slapping another rich dude.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit.
Basically.
But the Academy doing this grandstanding of like, we don't condone violence unless it's sexual violence. Then it's totally fine. We'll prop up Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah, Weinstein.
We'll give Roman Polanski an Academy Award after he's been convicted of having sex with a minor and like applaud him. Even so, after Will Smith slaps some guy, he still wins the Oscar, and then they applaud him. It's like, you guys, shut up. This is why nobody likes you. This is why everybody is like doesn't care about Hollywood
you're a
and knows
joke.
they're out of touch because they grandstand like it's the same people that change their profile picture to Ukraine's flag or France's flag or whenever there's a tragedy or in June we got to change it to a rainbow. It's like we don't buy it. We don't buy it. And look, this is the one time I'll ever agree with that anti-SJWs. This virtue signaling shit is stupid. It's stupid. So stop pretending you care. And then the same people that are like, this is the most disgraceful thing to happen to the Oscars, shut up. Again, you have awarded pedophiles and rapists, so that isn't even close to Will Smith slapping someone. Yeah. As much as it shouldn't have happened. Yeah. That's my stance on it.
Also, Oscars, I don't know if you are aware of this, but you should be. The first black woman to win a Best Acting Oscar was seated at a segregated table. So go fuck yourself.
And by the way, you want to talk about ugly stuff? John Wayne, this great American cowboy, had to be restrained from attacking a Native American woman because she took time out of her speech to talk about Native American rights. And then Clint Eastwood immediately after that mocked her in a separate speech. So I'm sorry, Academy. I don't buy that you were deeply offended by Will Smith bitch slapping someone. I'm sorry. It's just not. Anyway, Ezra Miller. They got arrested in Hawaii because they
yelled at somebody
yes,
at...
there was a karaoke thing, which, by the way, it's karaoke, dude. Have a good time.
I don't even know what's going on. But this is not the first time. He was shown choking like a worker, like a waitress at a club in another video like last year or 2 years ago or something. This is not the first time he's been caught. They've been caught. Sorry, I apologize.
I'll just say this. We're still trying to figure out how to do this. This is new to us.
I just went to a trans rights rally today, and it was really, really cool. But, yes, I am still getting used to it.
Yeah.
This is not the first time that they've been in the news for this kind of behavior. And I just have to say, Ezra, like if you're having trouble, get some help. You have the money and the resources to be able to get a lot more help than a lot of people do.
Because
please do yourself a favor, man, because it's not helping anybody. And I've already given up on the fly. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I probably will never watch it
DC,
just because.
DC, it's not too late. It's not too late to just...
It's not too late.
Just recast. Or better yet...
Yeah, why the fuck not? It's still not due out till next year, isn't it?
Yeah, you've already delayed this movie 9 friggin' years.
We give a shit.
How is it any different?
You know what? Here's what you should do. Can all the shit that you have filmed, come out and say whatever that was, gone. We're not doing it. We're doing it straight up from scratch.
I think we might. I agree with you. I think we might be at a point where DC might be considering recasting the Flash. And I think that maybe they should, because you're right. I think the best thing for Ezra might be to get into some counseling and your management or something.
Rehab, dude.
Because they were talking about how they were going to kill these people. Like,
decapitate them.
Yeah, it was pretty fucked up. And maybe
set them on fire.
Maybe it's drugs, maybe it's alcohol, maybe it's anger issues. I don't know what it is, but they need help. And I don't think that, and maybe not even recast them. Recast the Flash. Maybe just take time, let them take time off and get healthy, and then consider doing more with the Flash stuff. I mean, shit, you already delayed the movie 9 years. How is it any different now than after this movie comes out, taking more time off so Ezra can get healthy? And that's really what we want. We're coming at it as a, and I don't want it to seem judgmental.
No.
I truly want.
Shit, I've had moments like that. I'm just
Right.
not famous so that everybody in the world
Now,
knew about it.
I've never gotten to the degree where I'm attacking someone
Me
and
neither.
saying that I want to kill them, but
I've screamed shit, but not I'm going to kill you.
But
I've screamed some fucked up
I
shit.
try to always come at an angle of rehabilitation and love and recovery, and I think that's what they need, and I think that that's what DC should do. But at the same time, normal people act like that, they get fired. So I feel like there's got to be some sort of consequence for those kind of actions. So I don't know how they want to handle that. There was another thing I wanted to talk about that was kind of related to this, and I forgot about it. But
Elliot Page? No.
We can move on to that and talk about that because I've never seen a show do this before. But
I've never seen the show.
Yes, as you know, Ellen Page has transitioned into Elliot Page, and he had a character on Umbrella Academy.
Real quick, you did commit a really bad faux pas by dead naming him, but that's okay.
Sorry.
No, because we're still figuring this shit out. But no,
I feel like
since we're figuring
but
out, let's tell you.
Question to
What?
trans people that would listen to this.
Yes.
Is it dead naming if I'm saying they transitioned from that person to this person?
That's a good question.
If it is, I apologize. If not,
I think the very act of saying the name is dead naming no matter what.
okay, then I apologize.
I don't
Elliot
know,
Page
though.
has transitioned,
Yes.
and that is who he is now. And he had a character on Umbrella Academy, which I've yet to watch. I've been meaning to.
See, me too. But it's on Netflix.
My
I
wife-
don't watch Netflix.
My wife really likes it, and she's been telling me to watch it. So
I've heard nothing but good stuff.
yes, everybody that I've talked to loves it.
Yeah.
So his character is being transitioned in the show.
Right.
So, and I've never seen this before. So his original character, they've written it into the season that person is transitioning
Have
into.
they ever? I don't know if they've ever had any. I mean, that I can think of, like a popular television show or movie that has that has kind of recorded or followed a transition like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's really dude. That is gonna
even before
be
this.
so good for the trans community to have that.
Yeah, even before this, they changed his name on Netflix.
Yeah, they'd already changed it in the credits and everything, which is really cool.
Now it's
to
Elliot Page.
But I don't think they've ever documented or even fictionally documented in that I can think of. Maybe I don't watch there are a couple of queer centric shows that I've never watched, like the L Word. There's a couple other ones.
Well, I mean,
but I don't know
Orange
if they've ever...
Orange is the New Black. One of the main characters is trans.
There's some queer centric storytelling on that show.
Isn't it like Leota Brown? I think is her name.
Laverne Cox is actually a transgender woman.
Yeah. Why did I think? Where the fuck did?
And
Leota
here's
Brown
the
come
thing.
from?
Here's the thing. And
It's a weird name.
it doesn't change at all. But knowing that at one point that
I take that back. You're right. Orange is the New Black. They incorporate her transition into the story.
Because her brother actually plays her as
A male.
a
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
So that they don't have to do a bunch of makeup and stuff.
Sure.
But all I gotta say is this: Laverne Cox is she's attractive. She's incredible. I think.
Yeah.
I mean,
I would agree.
you know what I mean? Like I was like, wow, that's really attractive. First time I saw her or whatever, and it gave me maybe a slight pause when I learned that she was a trans person, but only a slight one. You know what I mean? I was like, well, she's still really hot.
Yeah. If I'm being totally honest, I had a conversation about this with some
And
friends.
it's really about the person inside anyway.
in terms of trans, I hate the term. I hate the term
It
trans.
sounds so bad.
Not even that. It's like we should just drop that out completely and just be like, that's who they are, But I know that we're not there as a society.
Well, part of the thing that I went to today, part of the reason in our state right now, you can't get any of that gender reaffirming or reassignment medical treatment. you have to, if you're transitioning from one gender to another in the state of Iowa, you have to go out of state for surgical procedures and hormone therapy.
The reason I hate
that's fucked up.
The reason I hate the term is I think it sounds weird to and I know that's the term that they use, but it just seems weird, and I feel
like mom and pop America in middle America and shit. Yeah, it sounds weird.
No, the reason I think it's weird is like we were talking about I was talking about some friends. I wish it didn't exist because it should just be like, okay, that's Elliot Page. And I know I accidentally dead named her earlier, or dead named him. Jesus Christ, this is complicated.
I know, right? And no, I was only pointing that out to educate our listeners.
Yes.
I know that you're a good guy. I don't need to educate you.
I'm not trying to offend anyone, but with that. But I just wish that...
You know what? Fuck it. Let's go on Fox
Jesus,
News, man.
man.
Sorry. You know what? Let's just go on Fox News. Now I know why they do it.
I wish... It's just easier. It's just easier to be bigoted, I swear.
They were like trying to do like a trans like...
I'm convinced that's true. Like boomers are like, you know what? It's too there's all these damn genders and stuff. It's just easier to be a bigot.
I think. Well, we do know that is the case, though.
It's true, yeah.
But it is easier to
I just wish
understand.
that. But I think it's very important that they're incorporating Elliot's story into the narrative of Umbrella Academy, and I think it's important that a company like Netflix already changed his name and already. I've done a lot of this stuff to be more inclusive. I mean, granted, they do have a fucking turf on there, Dave Chappelle, but and they'll gladly.
What's turf again?
There's something trans exclusionary something female for female. I don't fucking.
It's
know.
Also what J.K. Rowling.
J.K. Rowling, please,
is a piece of
for
shit.
the love of God, you are a billionaire at this point. Shut the fuck up.
Wow.
Please shut your mouth. I'm so sick of you. I am so sick of you attacking small content creators that are trans. I'm tired of you sicking your fiend of. And it's frustrating because my wife loves Harry Potter.
A lot of people do.
And it's challenging because
there's a third fucking movie coming out soon.
Fuck Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah. I agree.
Mostly because it's like, you really going to milk that one, Rowling?
The only thing I like about it is that Sam Waterston's daughter is in it. And weirdly enough, has not been seen in any of the promotional materials, especially since she's been very vocal against J.K. Rowling's sentiment.
Weird.
That's weird that
but
she hasn't been
it's frustrating because Harry Potter is...
Fans have noticed.
...is such an important franchise for so many people. And my wife loves Harry Potter. And
kids.
And she struggles with it because, like, J.K. Rowling's a piece of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she's awful. She's a horrible human.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really unfortunate. And the reason I hate her so much now is because, she, like I said, she spouts off and she sends her millions of sycophantic followers after like small trans creators that dare speak out against her. And
she's causing violence indirectly.
Yes, and she has used her own level of her own trauma. I don't know the story exactly, but I think it's something relating to her being assaulted by a trans man. I don't know. Point is, she has used her trauma to attack trans people.
Yeah,
repeatedly. And I'm sorry, JK, but when fucking Vladimir Putin is using you as like kindred spirits while he is a war-hungry, awful child
Yikes.
That are killing children in Ukraine, you should maybe look in the mirror and maybe you just do like Harry Potter and you take a little wand and you just like forget that you're a horrible piece of shit, but you are. And I know you'll never hear this, but maybe if I tweeted her, maybe. But like, it's so frustrating to see that level of transphobia and being a TERF, but it is reassuring to see something like Umbrella Academy or something like Orange is the New Black, who even was predating that, of showing that, like, hey, there's nothing wrong with this. And there shouldn't be a problem, and there shouldn't be a stigma. And it's just frustrating. It really is. Because, again,
when I was...
I don't know. For the most part, I can separate the art from the artist, but really lately she keeps shooting her mouth off, and it's like there's a new Harry Potter game coming out, Hogwarts, and it looks dope, it looks awesome, but I'm also like, I don't think I want to give that money to those and then it's like, well, what about the developers and all that? And it's like,
Yeah, let's be honest. Boycotting is never going to hurt the people
no,
you
it
really
won't.
want to
It
hurt.
won't. They'll keep making Harry Potter
It's-
games. They'll keep
It's
making
going to
Harry
hurt
Potter
yeah,
movies.
it's going to hurt the people who put their blood, sweat, and tears into it.
Yeah. And I don't want to hurt the hardworking people.
See, when I was a young kid, like 70s or 80s, there was a TV movie I remember about the surgeon who transitioned from a man to a woman. And I remember...
launch J.K. Rowling into the sun. That's my requirement.
I remember...
Then I will like Harry Potter again.
I remember the thing is that it was a woman who played the part throughout the movie, and when she was when the actress was playing the character or the person in the biopic as she was before transition, which is a man, they basically taped down her boobs and like gave her a fake beard.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like super like, convincing that this actress was a man. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It wasn't very convincing. It was like, oh, now she's
honestly, the same people that would be like that would be TERFs now would be the same people that would have men dress up as women on stage for plays because women weren't allowed to be actresses.
Right. And here's the thing, like, Monty Python, they used to dress up as women characters, but mainly for a practical reason. They didn't want to pay anybody else.
Here's another example.
They couldn't afford, so they were just like, fuck it.
Here's another example of maybe this being projection. Take example for Steven Crowder. He really, for someone who is very anti-trans and anti-gay, the dude loves to dress up as a woman for skits. Awful lot.
Yeah, right.
Just saying. Might be a little projection, Stevie. Just saying.
Maybe he's mad at all the visibility on his trans.
It's all the same, dude. It's all the same. It's just like the
It's
politics.
self-loathing.
Those same politicians that want to take away trans rights and attack gay people and attack gay marriage are probably having sex with gay prostitutes. Sorry, sex workers. Because now that I'm getting a little frustrated because I feel like prostitute isn't that offensive a term, but now it is.
I'm sorry. I keep getting way too close. I'm sorry. I just blew out the mic again.
Yeah.
I was watching on Roku channel Dirty Work. Do you remember that movie?
Yeah.
And
At least prostitute's better than hooker.
hear me. Yeah. Well, hear me out. There's some problematic stuff in Dirty Work,
Of course.
obviously. Artie Lang being one of them. Just his presence alone. But
Yeah.
but dude, I forgot how much I missed Norm Macdonald. But like he's so great.
Yeah.
Like, okay, listen up, prostitutes.
Isn't Dave Chappelle in that movie?
No.
I must be thinking of a different one.
Farley is.
Yeah.
So he gets all the prostitutes together to put them in the trunk of the cars.
Yeah.
And so he walks into their store or whatever, and he's like, okay, all right, everybody calm down. Okay, now, prostitutes. But then my favorite part is they go to prison, and then they're talking about anal rape, okay? But they never say it because it's like a
those are always
PG-13.
funny.
It's not that funny. In fact, it's not at all. But they don't say it. But then these guys come and grab Norm and take him away. Not you, Tubby. And then like they go to another scene, and then when they come back to the scene, they show him walking from off screen, and he's pulling his pants up, and he turns around. And he's just like ridiculous. You know, it's the lack of respect that hurts the most. You know, I mean, well, the other thing hurts the most. But also the lack of respect hurts the second most. Ridiculous. And then like on his way out, he's like, you guys got a lot of growing up to do, boy. Ridiculous. And it's just, he's so deadpan that it's like, this is not a funny thing to joke about, but his, like the way he does it.
Yeah.
And
so I'm just saying, like, I think that some people get offended when you say prostitute. I'm like,
yeah,
come on.
But I just want to say also, since I brought it up, I fucking miss Norm Macdonald, man.
I'm just saying the reason I get frustrated is I'm one of the guys that is like banging the drum of legalizing it. So, fuck me, I guess. Nope.
Nope.
For free.
Nope.
Don't pay for it.
Nope.
That was a bad joke.
I have no idea. No, I'm saying like, I mean, is that?
I don't know
then
if it
why
is
would
or it
you wanna-
isn't.
why would
I'm
you-
trying, everybody. I'm trying. I fucking dead named someone on accident. I'm trying.
You know,
I'm
that's
trying.
the third time that you brought it back up.
Because
Like,
I
stop.
feel no. I
Don't
bring it up because I
bad.
feel bad.
Well, don't feel bad. I think
What I'm trying to say is, look, I'm
because
showing
you're learning.
I'm showing remorse for doing it, while other people that do it intentionally won't.
And I think what you said about the fact that you were saying that so and so
trying to
was
explain-
transitioning,
yeah.
I think that you are okay
Yes.
with that. I think you are.
No, I'm glad we had the conversation because I've been meaning to talk about J.K. Rowling and just like believe it or not, trans people are being under attack right now, and
not absolutely. And by the way, if you don't know what non-binary means, basically like it would be if I decided that if that I would have women's clothing and things like makeup and whatnot that are more feminine accessories and dressing and whatnot. What it basically would mean is that if I felt like waking up and wearing a dress and makeup and stuff, even though I'm a cis man, I would be I think it's trans femme or something like that. But non-binary means that I don't subscribe to either male or female.
Right.
What's the word? Societal norms.
Well, it's also
So
there's a difference between sex and gender.
right, and that would be my gender. In other words, like I wouldn't like. Generally, I don't put on skirts because A, they're not really comfortable, and B, it's not societally acceptable for a straight man to wear a skirt, and that's fine.
Because if I remember correctly, sex is just saying that yes, male or female, but gender is what you identify as.
Yeah, that's what non-binary is talking about. Your gender, like they just don't subscribe to I'm boy or I'm girl.
There's your history lesson, Dave Chappelle and J.K. Rowling. There's your history.
It's really easy once you talk it out, isn't it? It's like, oh, hey, that makes sense. You remember how I do gotta apologize to Ezra Miller because you remember how I made fun of how he looked before that promo?
How they look, Tyler. See, it's hard.
How they looked.
Hard.
Do you remember how I made fun of how they looked because they had?
Yeah.
That is what non-binary is.
Yeah.
If he wants to have makeup on his face, but also his chest hair popping out, if they want to have.
I told you it's hard.
If they want to have makeup on their face and they also want to have their chest hair popping out of a low-cut shirt, that is their right
and
because they're non-binary.
You know what? You're trying. I'm trying. Everybody's trying because, again, if we didn't, we would just be bigoted.
I apologize to you for making fun of that. I was making fun of their appearance. Fuck.
Yeah. Stop it. You're digging over. Also, I want to be clear. You're not a bigot if you don't understand it.
No, you're a bigot if you don't try to.
If you're J.K. Rowling, you're a bigot.
If you don't try to evolve and grow as a human being, once you learn that you have made somebody's life.
If you're Dave Chappelle, you're a bigot.
Yeah,
there's a difference.
I mean, I've heard that he's trying to be better.
Fuck him.
Okay.
Because this is the same guy who, in that same stand-up special, spent so long trashing trans people and then. Don't punch down on my people, talking about black people. And it's like, you can't have it both ways, Dave.
Yeah, Dave.
Again, you won't ever hear this, but which just sucks because Dave Chappelle's a great comedian. He's one of my favorites. He's one of the best in my mind, but I hate it. I don't know. This got on a weird philosophical talk about.
I'm glad we had this.
And, and I am too, because I hope that we see more trans representation in movies because that's one of the biggest things we've championed in this podcast, and I'll continue to do it. I think it's important to have representation. It's important that movies like Turning Red can come out and have those conversations of puberty and becoming a woman and
there was
having more interpretation. But I will say, going back to Disney, where they cut out a same-sex relationship in Lightyear, but then they put it back in from employee outrage over it. I don't buy that it's anything more than just two women kissing or two dudes kissing or two dudes holding hands or like a gay couple holding hands. It's never going to be what we want it to be because we still, as a society, like I don't know why change is so hard and slow for society, but it is. And you and I have talked about this in the podcast before. Everybody talks about like, well, I hate it when they have to when they make a gay character, they have to like make them flamboyant or they have to make that a part of their identity. It's like, well, we have to because it's not mainstream to a lot of people. It's not so. Unfortunately, I would love to be in a world where a character can exist, and there are examples of this. But when they're like a character that is a minority, that they're just a character, and it doesn't. They don't have a reflection of being black or whatever. But that's also a part of their identity, and it's this interesting balance of where you don't want it to feel like virtue signaling, but then you also don't want it. You want it to be central to their character, but then you don't want to feel like you have to draw too much attention to it. And I think that's just kind of the problem is we're not in a place where we could just be like, oh, that's just a trans person.
Well, I had a friend.
They've been with us this whole time.
I lived in Denver down the street. Yeah, for
Forever.
By the way, I don't know if you know this, but a lot of ancient civilizations looked on trans bodies as holy, as like lucky.
Well, and a lot of ancient civilizations. Yeah, no, we're not getting into that.
Just saying.
No,
Anyway.
but I agree with you.
But I had a friend, I lived back in Denver, down the street from me, and he had the best single malt scotch collection I've ever seen in my life. Actually went to Scotland and got to brew some single malt scotch, which, jealous, right?
But I don't really like scotch.
No, that's okay. I'm saying I'm jealous.
Oh, you're the Scotch.
You'd still like to go to Scotland and brew scotch, wouldn't you?
I'd love to go to Scotland.
And it's single malt scotch. It's
I
not
have
the
a
same
have
shit
a
as
nice
beer.
glass of scotch.
But here's the thing: is I worked with him for about 3 weeks, and then we were going out after the bar closed, and one of the waitresses, we were having a cigarette outside, and she's like, and we were talking and then she goes, "Wait, you don't know Clark's gay?" And I was like,
okay.
like it just didn't really matter to me.
Yeah.
Like it was like, okay, that's interesting about him, but like that doesn't change how I view him or like treat him. And the thing about it, like he and I, would end up, having, sipping scotch and smoking weed or whatever at the very end of the night or whatever, and before I went home or whatever. And he would lament. He'd be like, the thing is like, I'm a gay man, but I don't. With the quotes, I don't act gay.
Sure.
And
he's not like the traditional like.
He actually
flamboyant.
told me once, he was like, I can't stand flamboyantly gay men. Like I can't stand them, which sucks because the only men that were attracted to him were flamboyantly gay men. So like I remember kind of having that discussion with him, and like, do you think that there are people out there who maybe wouldn't be as flamboyant, but they are because they're trying to be more because they've hit it for so long?
And keep in mind, this is coming from a perspective of two straight white men.
Totally. But just saying, like, that happens too. So, it's not always about like, my friend was not going around everywhere with a big sign that says "I'm gay" on his shirt,
and
he wasn't hiding it. But
and they shouldn't have to.
It wasn't necessarily part of his identity.
And and again, back to what I'm saying.
It's really up to the person.
That's kind of always been what we've talked about. Is like it's complex because we shouldn't have to draw so much attention to characters being gay or trans or whatever the case may be. But you have to kind of explain it. And I think that's what's, and I know we don't really veer into politics very much on this show, but like the don't say gay stuff in Florida, the reason why it's so offensive to people is
they're still existing.
Well, this is the problem. Like they shouldn't bring up sexual orientation. Nobody, I promise you, nobody in kindergarten through third grade, which is who this bill affects, is going like, look, kids, let's talk about homosexual sex. Let's talk about being gay. Nobody's talking about that. It's only the lawmakers that did it, the bigots that do it, who again go revert back to the gay panic, who assume that gay people are just pedophiles by nature for whatever reason. And what it really is, it's like it's bad because those like one teacher said it best from Florida that's gay, who said like, well, what if we're having like show and tell, and I tell the kids like, oh, my husband and I went kayaking this weekend. I can't say that by law because that's me expressing my sexual orientation. Now, do you understand how fucked up that is and how that is oppressive to a group of people?
And notice also that he didn't say, my husband and I were butt fucking each other this weekend.
It would be the same if I said in the class, my wife and I went kayaking. It's the same thing.
Has nothing to do with sex. Well,
no. It shows
that you're straight because you have a wife.
The people that
that's still not
the people
sexual.
that oppose this, the people that they call it an anti-grooming bill, are full of shit because they know that their argument is horseshit and bigoted because they're the only ones that they have to revert to this idea being a pedophile bill to get people to side with them. They have to go to the levels of saying that all gay people that would ever bring this up, and again, would be in passing to be like, oh, my husband and I did this, or if it's a woman, my wife and I did this. They have to go to that level, and it's the same shit. And and again, I hope that
it's from a place of hate.
But
and
you know
fear,
what?
We're done with that in this world.
Here's what I'll say: with the don't say gay stuff and the Elliot Page, all this broad talking about trans representation and gay representation in media and stuff. I will say this. I am not at all worried about this next generation.
No.
Because time and time again, this generation that's coming up, these Gen Z kids are showing me time and time again that our future is in a good hands.
Oh,
because you have seen walkout after walkout after walkout at these high schools of these kids going and holding signs and protesting and walking out of class because they know the truth. They know because they had good parents, because they had good systems, and this is what we're trying to say and what we've been trying to say. If you include that Elliot Page is a man, which he is, and he's a man in this show, and if you say and you expose kids to a young age, there's nothing wrong with gay people. And there's nothing wrong with trans people.
Yeah.
When you expose that to people, they'll fight for those people's
Suicide
rights.
is one of the highest rates of death in the trans community.
They will fight for those people's rights because they know that, hey, at the end of the day, we're all human, and you should be able to be, because, God damn it, here I am on my soapbox. This is America. This is America. This is the country that bangs on the drum of freedom, and if I can't be who I want to be in this country, whether I want to be a man, identify as non-binary, if I want to be gay, I should be able to do that because this is America. And if you can't do whatever you want in this country, then what the fuck are you doing here?
So you're saying, I just want to actually offer.
And now I'm done.
I want to offer some proof before we go that you're right about this new generation, because there were quite a few younger kids at the rally today getting up to speak and stuff. And this 14-year-old trans man, high school kid, fresh person. Ninth grade.
Well, freshman is just the title.
Ninth grade.
You don't say fresh woman.
Green hair. Everybody had spoke, so the person who was speaking was like, "Hey, if anybody wants to come up from the community and tell their story or whatever, come on up." And this person, Morgan, was the first person to get up, and he was like, "Do you mind if I read some poetry?" And you could tell that the transition was recent, like this person had just started transitioning, so you could still kind of see the feminine kind of things, and but they were very much whatever. And they read this poem that was 14 years old. They read this poem. This person read this poem that was fucking 10 times better than the shit that I wrote yesterday, and I've been writing for like 30 years. I'm serious. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
And the person that spoke right before him, Joe. Wow. Can't wait to see him get into politics, because holy shit. I'm if you had gone to the rally with me, you'd be like, yep, I know that because I witnessed it today. The next generation.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry that my generation, as a fucking Xer, is the ones that started naming kids Aiden and shit and all those stupid names, and also did all this. Okay, because it's my dumb fucking generation that are the mama bears and shit up and fucking and whatnot.
And to put a cap on this, with trans athletes and stuff like that, Utah, I'm going to use that as an example.
Yeah.
Utah had the anti-trans legislation. Of course, we have, here in Iowa, we have a piece of shit named Kim Reynolds.
Yeah, I was like, hold my
governor.
beer. Literally.
They passed anti-trans legislation for athletes, but they of the whole state, there were 4 trans athletes. 4. That's 0.0005% of their population. So, it's not very big. Mm-hmm. It's not going to hurt sports. Mm-hmm. Also, you never gave a fuck about women's sports beforehand. You don't care about it now. You just want a reason to hate trans people.
Nobody also says anything about a woman transitioning to being a man and playing man sports.
Nope.
Also, if you're not, yeah. So
yeah. I'm really glad we had this discussion, because I'm glad that was kind of a jumping off point. Because I've been wanting to talk about this for a while.
No, there's no 13-year-old boy in junior high right now going, man, I'd really like to be good at sports. Well, I got an idea. Why don't I lop my dick off and go through transitioning to be a transition into a woman so that I can compete against girls?
I couldn't beat guys. Yeah, that makes sense.
Nobody's doing that.
Most people that
On top of the puberty and everybody hating
Yeah.
me because I just don't wear the right clothes, I want to make my life tougher.
it's like
also,
we said,
it's not a decision. That proves that it's a fucking...
I think what it is like I said, it's just easier to.
It's not a choice.
It's easier to reject.
who you are.
It's easier to reject new ideas, and it's easier to reject change. And I feel like a lot of people just dig their heels in on that, and I think it's silly, and I think it's
Because learning is hard.
we should always be trying to progress as a species. And
Well, boomers made our society so that as soon as you're done with college, you shouldn't have to learn anything ever again.
no,
Which is stupid because
even though you're learning
every
day.
day,
Yeah.
because we started realizing like, wait, that's stupid. That's dumb. And
Yeah.
then, wow, people are going back to college at 40. That didn't happen during the boomers'
And
time.
like you were
'cause-
saying, you mentioned suicide. Yeah, at the end of the day, I don't want people to kill themselves.
Yeah.
I don't. I want them to live happy and
I wanna
be who they want to be.
I want them to have a reason to go, let me give it one more day.
Exactly. And that's what
I heard this podcast where these two idiots were trying to
These
figure out this thing,
these two straight white men were
but
talking
they
about
were being
trans
very
issues.
compassionate
Yes.
and trying to figure it out, and that gave me hope for the fucking future.
Yeah, I've always kind of wanted to talk about just like trans representation in media.
I got a flag.
And yeah, we're not on video, but he's
Aw.
waving it. You've done more than I mean, I couldn't really go to the rally.
I go to
but
protests a
I
lot.
just had a baby, so I can't really go.
I go to protest a lot, so it's our right as an American citizen.
Yes.
We're talk about fucking rights, Republicans. And then Tyler just caused everybody to turn
this is
it
a
off.
long episode, hour and a half. So
I think it needed to be done. and I'm
no,
really
no,
glad.
I'm gonna clip off the transgender stuff, the trans representation, and just this whole conversation. In general, I want to clip that off and put it on our YouTube channel, and so people can just listen to this part, because I think it's important that we have. And you know what? I keep bringing up the joke that we're two straight white men, but you and I need to have these conversations, and straight people need to have these conversations, because and you talk about going to that protest and stuff. At the end of the day, we need to be the ones that lead the charge and say we are allies, because they need help just as much as anybody else. And I think that having us be the majority is very important. Before we go, is there anything? Wow, we got that's what I love about this show, is how conversational it is, and I think it's important to have that conversation. As we wrap this up, is there anything in your long box? Sorry, Tyler's.
That was fucking cool. I fucking love it. Let's talk about the Hulk. The new Hulk series, Donny Cates. You and I have talked about it off the air, but I haven't talked about it on the show.
Your Hulk is a spaceship now.
I just got the first episode, or the first
First
issue.
Aren't they episodes at this point?
Yeah, pretty much. I'm just Disney Plus and comic books, they just blend together. So it's a first issue, and what it is I don't know what happened in Hulk number 50. I was never able to get a copy, and by that point, we all knew that Joe Bennett was a really super racist, fascist asshole. So I was like,
"Oh yeah, I
sucks.
forgot all about that."
Yeah, so I don't know what happened, but something big happened, and so it opens up, and everybody's like, "Where the fuck is the Hulk?" And Tony Stark's trying to stop him. And the funny thing is Doctor Strange is going to the Avengers, going, "Dude, I fucked up, you guys. I need help." And they're like, "What's up?" And he's like, "Well, I'm not sure how it happened, but Bruce has somehow grafted like AIM technology onto the Hulk's body. He turned it into a spaceship, and the whole series."
Donny Cates just can't help himself. He's always got to do something about space.
It's fucking cool. No, he hasn't gone to space yet. He's just literally like the Hulk is like a mech, and there's a little tiny Bruce inside. So it's really cool, but the whole
that's actually dope. I like that a lot.
it's so cool, right? but it's
By the way, I
it's
like
even
Donny
better.
Cates. We talked about how much we like Donny Cates on the show. I like Donny Cates.
It's even better because Tony Stark made this thing called the Ark, which is like a planet-sized suit of Iron Man armor in case anything happened to the Earth, and the Hulk is going to steal it.
Nice.
Yeah. So
oh shit! What am I doing?
but Doctor
No. Hold on. If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it right.
Nice. But Doctor Strange goes.
I hear that when I say that now.
I hear
the echo.
when you text me. Nice.
Nice.
When you text me nice, I hear you go nice. Doctor
Did
Strange.
you say, oh, fuck, I fucked it up?
Yes. Doctor Strange goes to the Avengers to be like, hey, I was always like, what do we need to do to keep the Hulk from destroying the world? But you know what we never asked? What are we going to do to protect the world from Banner? And it's like, oh, shit. Banner's the fucking... And he's nuts. At one point, they show him, and he's, like, bleeding from his eyes, and he's just like, I'm going to get you guys. And it's like,
well, it makes sense because he's got all that intellect.
oh, dude. Bruce is...
He's got a big old intellect.
He's pissed. And
Yeah.
rightly so.
I mean, when you've dealt
Just leave the Hulk alone.
It's Hulk is gone like we talked about this before. I don't know, we might have talked about it off air, but yeah, the Hulk's gone kind of like this weird renaissance because Peter David just has been doing the Maestro.
I've been reading that too.
Bringing back the Maestro miniseries, doing Maestro miniseries lately, and then oh god,
Al Ewing.
Al Ewing like reinvented him with Immortal Hulk and
Such
that
a
whole
good
thing.
series.
So yeah,
Because he's a complicated character, and one thing that they did to really open up the Hulk was to transfer the physicality of Bruce being bombarded by Gamma and then turning into the Hulk. They broadened that to include mental health, and that just broke the fucking doors open, dude. Because then you're like, oh shit, wait a second. Hulk was created when Bruce Banner was a kid to prevent him from knowing that his dad was abusing him, and it's always been there.
Yeah.
And the Gamma released. Some people say that Bruce Banner is a mutant and that Hulk is his alter ego, and that the Gamma released the whatever on his mutation.
like the gene.
You can
like
do
the mutant gene or whatever?
you can do so much shit with Bruce Banner and the Hulk.
And we just talked about all that trans stuff. I mean, like that could be a trans
Gamma
allegory.
Flight. Remember when I was talking
Yeah.
about that? How one of the characters is trans. It's
Yeah.
a trans character, and how most of the series is a allegory about a body horror, and how if you're a trans. If you're a woman but you're a trans man inside, then having tits is horrifying. Having a vagina is. Does that make sense?
Well,
so
what I will say is I
We're
promise
getting a
we'll
little
work
more,
our way
yeah,
out
sorry
of that.
about
No,
that.
no, but I'm just saying that like that's what's cool about the Hulk.
But
is
just to wrap that up,
you
too.
you could incorporate that, but
yeah.
That's cool, man. Because I'm someone who never really cared about the Hulk that much. Because he's so much more than just a modern Jekyll and Hyde story. He's so much more than that.
I wish I could get really big and green whenever I got pissed.
That's not
That's
good,
why I've always
man.
liked the Hulk.
That's not. That's not good for me.
No, I'm glad it doesn't happen.
No,
but
because I know how fast you fly off the handle and how fast I fly off the handle. And then we're gonna have like, you know what's funny? I was funny. I was looking through my TikToks and there's
World War off topic.
Planet off panel. It's
Planet off topic
it's
off panel.
World War off panel, and then
Planet off.
Wait, which came first? Was
Planet
it Planet
off
Hulk and then World
topic.
War Hulk?
I think it was Planet and then World War.
Yeah, so it's
Planet off
panel.
topic.
No, Planet off panel. World War off topic.
Yeah, and it's when we both transitioned into Hulks.
We just and
That's not
who
quite
we're
the right
attacking
word.
is the GOP.
You motherfuckers!
Anti-trans
You
legislation.
see that little 12-year-old girl over there? You insist that that's a boy, and now he's crying, and you made her cry, so I'm gonna have to kill you now. Whoa!
We use the proper pronoun.
Yeah!
There you go. There you go. That's taking Allied to a whole new level.
I mean, to be really honest, if you are making a little kid cry, then you are kind of a shit.
You are the worst
so,
human. If
you
you're
know.
intentionally making a kid cry.
And I'd be okay with getting big and green when that happened and beating the crap out of that person.
Sure.
Just kidding. That's assault, brother.
As long as we don't change colors. Because as because I was saying, I looked at an old clip of the show when we were talking about Red Hulk and Blue Hulk, and I was like, "What? Stop with this!
Stop with it.
Why do they have to be colors? Just make him a big angry guy. Like, why do they got to be fucking blue and purple and pink and?"
Ooh, the next one's gonna be purple. I'm gonna write it.
Well, yeah, and then his pants are green.
Shut up.
Actually, they've already done that. Is
No.
the infraggable crunk, and it was part of Dexter's laboratory.
You mean
the Justice Friend.
You
No, I'm not. I'm serious. It was,
know,
it was
Dexter's
Major
Lab.
Glory and Valhalla.
Have you ever heard of the
Valhallan?
Impossible? Have you ever heard of the Impossible Man
No.
in Marvel Comics? So he's basically their version of Mr. Mxyzptlk. But he's green and purple, or he's purple and green. And whenever he shows up, and like he's just nuts. But he's always accompanied by a pop sound. And whenever he shows up and becomes the Hulk, he's switched. His colors are switched.
Yeah. So let's wrap it up with Jake's Unlimited real quick.
No!
I did. Funny enough, after the baby was delivered and we were kind of just winding down, I finished. Well, as we were waiting for the baby to be delivered, I finished Transformers versus the Terminator, and I will say, it was big and it was dumb and it was fun and I enjoyed it, and it was what I wanted out of a crossover. I still haven't read Planet of the Apes Green Lantern crossover yet.
That sounds awesome.
But that actually led me down a rabbit hole of reading the IDW collection of the Transformers comics.
Ooh, those are not bad.
But here's the thing. It was on Comixology. I started reading it before and I stopped, and then I restarted it. But the thing about those books is there's so many. And so like each I don't know how big all the volumes are, but the first volume that I was reading, the collection, and it's funny because there's a foreword being like, if you've never read Transformers comics, this is the place to start. And so I'm glad that they reassured me that, because they're like, well, you could technically start with All Hail Megatron and da-da-da. But you know what? You start with this, because this is just a collection of
Start with the Marvel series from back in the 80s.
No, F the Marvel series. I'm just kidding. I don't know.
Did you ever...
I defer to IDW because IDW usually,
the Marvel series were okay.
In my opinion, IDW I think handles licensed properties the best.
They do.
Of all the publishers.
They do.
And yeah, what I mean by that is, of course, like Predator and the only problem with that, because Dark Horse, the Dark Horse crossovers are pretty good. Like Batman and Predators.
But the
dope.
only problem I have with IDW is that because they own these properties, like the Hasbro ones, such as Rom Space Knight, we're never going to see Rom Space Knight in Guardians of the Galaxy. So I do have a bone to pick with IDW.
I'm really glad that the
Micronauts.
I'm really glad that Bumblebee kind of rebooted the Transformers movies.
I'm really glad that I've never seen any of the Transformers movies past the first one, because who fucking cares?
You don't really need to. You don't. And Bumblebee's pretty damn good. So
I actually watched some of Bumblebee
awesome.
on accident. It was okay.
It's good.
It was all right.
Dude.
It's still a Michael Bay Transformers movie,
No, it
dude.
isn't.
Oh, who
Michael
did
Bay didn't touch that.
He didn't?
No.
He didn't produce it?
Trevor Knight was the director.
Oh, he didn't produce it?
I still think Spielberg did, I think, but...
You sure it wasn't Michael
Did you
Bay?
see that he came out...
Sure he did.
Funny enough, while we're on the topic of Transformers, funny enough, Michael Bay came out and said that Spielberg told him to stop making Transformers movies after the third movie, but then he's like, I just couldn't help it. They're too fun. And I'm like...
For who? Not us.
Look, I'm not a huge Spielberg...
Not the actors.
I'm not a huge Spielberg stan, but at least I'm like, maybe you should listen to one of the better filmmakers.
What is Stan again?
I don't fucking have the time to explain this. We're almost at 2 hours. Do you ever listen to the song Stan by Eminem?
Stand? Yes.
Stan.
Oh, Stan. Yes.
Dear M. It's a fan letter to
Yeah.
him, and
Dear,
he
yeah.
crashes his car into... On Twitter, if you're a big fan of something, you're saying like, yeah, I'm a huge Transformers stan. Instead of saying fan, I don't know why. It's Twitter. It's stupid. But the point is, that's the origin.
Hey, Jesus, if you're listening, can you stop the world because I want to get off? Fuck this place. It is so stupid.
Tyler, I'm going to help you out right now. I'm going to help you out right now.
Yeah.
There's a website. It's called Urban Dictionary. Look shit up.
Oh, my God. No. No. No.
No, but anyway. Transformers. I'm glad Beast Wars is coming out next year. I'm excited about that. But anyway, I've been reading the
Beast Wars, Plant Wars, Guitar Wars. I don't give a shit.
You had me at Ron Perlman being a robotic gorilla.
Sold.
Have you seen him on Twitter? He's been going off, dude. He attacked DeSantis, and then
Ron Perlman is.
and then in another
You know why I love
another tweet. He's at the dentist office, and he's getting his teeth pulled, and he goes, "I'm pulling more teeth so I can suck some dick," because he's making a joke about don't say gay again. I can't do the tweet justice.
Well, yeah.
But it was funny.
You know, Ron Perlman
We gotta
is
stop.
the kind of guy that I really like because he is one of those tough guys that other tough guys look up to. And when somebody like that says, "Hey, trans is beautiful. Trans rights are human rights." That gay rights, all that stuff. That shows other quote unquote strong people who are really not that strong if they're not mentally strong enough to go against the crowd and what they believe in their hearts. But that's what I'm saying. I like seeing that. I like seeing that people.
Anyway, so yeah, I've been reading. I've been reading Transformers: The IDW Collect. We've been gone a week, everybody. We got to get through this. We're rapidly approaching the longest episode.
Shut up and talk.
But I've been reading that, and these comics are a little bit more brutal than I expected. I mean, there's not like blood; it's like purple blood because they're robots.
Transformers versus Terminator.
I don't have time to. Well, I mean, we do have time.
Oh no, you're talking about the Transformers.
No, but I'm saying that was a jumping off point. So after reading that, I wanted to read more Transformers because I'm weird. Like I've been getting in. This happened to me last year.
A little bit of time on here.
Or a couple of years ago, like where I got this weird Transformers kick. Like I have 2 video games from the 360 era that I have yet to finish: War for Cybertron and Fall of Cybertron. They were really good games back in the day, and I never finished them. They're not connected to the movies or anything. They're their own continuity or whatever. But we mean to do that. But the IDW
standalones.
The IDW stuff, it starts with Megatron's origin, which is interesting. Instead of doing Optimus, they start with Megatron. And quite honestly, they do a good job enough of kind of making you kind of understand where Megatron is coming from, because when the book starts, and I gotta say, what I love so much about these Transformers books is it's handled with what was the word? Aplomb?
Yeah.
In a sense that they take it seriously, but at the same time, it's giant talking robots that are also that turn into cars and shit. But it's interesting because Megatron's origin starts with him being someone that's a working class robot. Like it starts with they're trying to mine for energon, which is like it's like oil to them. It's a big resource. And one of the senators is ending mining of the energon, and that leads to like a revolt, and that leads to a revolution. And
why do they want to stop mining?
I think if I remember correctly, it's one of the, it's like how we deal with mining. It gives us, it can give us resources, but it's bad for the planet, I think, is what they're getting at. But Megatron is kind of a reluctant leader. Like he finds like it shows earlier that he finds some energon and it latches onto him and it affects him. And then when the senator's announcing there's this big hoopla and about it, and they're freaking out, and he I think he is the one, if I remember. Dude, the sleep deprivation and having a kid have blurred my memory a little bit on this. But I think he throws an axe at the senator and hits him, and it starts a riot, and he gets into a fight and actually like punches a guard's head in, like kills him, like hammer fists him till and then he like snaps out of it and is like, oh my God, what did I do? And then he goes in, and where I'm at, he's in jail, and they're breaking out of prison. And it's interesting to make like Megatron be not so evil right out of the gate. Because when you watch the cartoons and stuff, like he's a shithead right away. So this is kind of like telling his backstory a little bit, the first couple issues. But it's a lot. Like I think the first volume is like 300 and some pages. Like it's thick.
Starscream.
That's also, I haven't seen him in this yet. Soundwave is already...
Autobots, roll out.
Peter
Cullen was just here.
Whoa. Optimus Prime. Autobots, roll out.
Oh, now you got to try and fucking make... Oh, yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm. Megatron.
What are you going to fucking do?
Megatron's a little bitch.
What?
But I think that I kind of missed out because I was never a huge Transformer kid, and
I watched that when I got home from school. When I was in elementary school, I got home and there was the fucking Power Hour. It was G.I. Joe and then Transformers.
So that being said, I'm gonna keep reading them because I really dig them. And
then it was Geraldo, which was
I
way more
Man,
educational.
I still need to finish. I need to finish.
Lesbian biker gangs, cool. Because Geraldo.
Judas Priest.
Judas.
Made me kill my neighbor. Fucking. I hate Geraldo.
You know what? You know what's weird though? Geraldo was more educational, also less believable than the 2 cartoons that I just fucking watched.
Man, dude, that's a parody. If we could animate, I would animate a Transformers Geraldo show for sure.
Tonight on Geraldo. I'm gonna do Geraldo because I've been working on his impression for years.
What would you transform her out of? Like a fucking Volvo or something?
A dildo. Tonight on Geraldo, what's going on with my mustache?
People forget that Megatron was just a pistol. Remember that? He was just a giant gun.
Yeah, I do, because they sold pistols in the toy aisle.
And then in the movie, we're like, that's kind of dumb. Maybe we should make it like a plane or something. And then it's also like, fuck you. And then they had Hugo Weaving do it because I think the original voice actor couldn't do it. But Peter Cullen, man, Optimus Prime. Anyway.
Classic.
No, I can't. I'm just imagining a dildo turning into a
Big ass mustache.
And that's the most
shit.
important thing. And you know what's funny is, to wrap it up, reading the Transformers books, reading the Transformers versus Terminator book in particular, because I don't think they really transform at the part that I'm at the IDW collection, because they're on Cybertron.
Yeah, they're just robots.
Yeah, why would they need to? They're on Cybertron. But they when they transform in the book, they do the cool, they do the art where you show action by like changing the transparency of it into the thing. But they have the onomatopoeia of the Transformer, and every time I read it, it was the like I could not hear that. I could not hear that in my head every time I read them.
That's what I had a problem with the Michael Bay Transformer movies.
They don't really make that sound.
But when they transformed, it was so complicated. They were trying to be realistic. Shut the fuck up.
I couldn't tell.
Show me a bunch of blocky arms turning into a blocky truck.
When you make it,
I don't need to see the gears inside.
And make them bright colors so I can actually see who's hitting each other.
Yes.
God damn it, dude! You're too fast.
Yes.
That's why I'm excited about Beast Wars and stuff, because they're going more of the Gen 1 look, and they're going to make them more colorful so you can actually see what the hell's going on.
Yeah, Michael Bay.
You suck. Also, I will say one of the cool things about the Transformers versus Terminator book is Soundwave. I totally forgot about this. He pops the cassette out of his chest and it into a wolf robot, and I'm like, that's dope. Like, that was really cool. So like, so they're incorporating that. Even the cassette tape makes difference. Makes
you didn't know that?
That it was a wolf? Dude, I told you, I didn't
know. Some of the when the Transformers first came out, the cheapest ones were on cards, and they were the tapes, like Frenzy.
Again, I didn't really watch it as a kid, so
it was the little guys, but Blaster had his own guys too after he was introduced.
All I gotta say,
he was a. By the way,
yeah.
Blaster. Just to let you know, his name is derived from the
a blaster.
From Ghetto Blaster. Yes.
Jeez Louise.
No, you don't you need to know this, and all of you Transformers fans need to know this, that originally the name that they got for Blaster, and making his voice be done by a black actor in the cartoon was probably not good.
They did that too in the Michael Bay movie, where Jazz was a black voice actor. I'm like, ooh boy.
Well, Jazz was Scatman Carruthers in the cartoon, which was cool.
But what I'm saying is, like, they clearly made him be like, this is the black character.
Right. The point is that Blaster, like, you gotta
Ghetto
know.
Blaster, yeah.
Yes.
Yikes.
Bad yikes. But anyway, they both had tapes that they were the spies of the Transformer world, because they were smaller than everybody else. They were more human sized. But they had like Ratbat, Frenzy. They had a panther. They had Blaster actually had like a lion and like a couple other things.
Here's what we should do though, since you have not seen the rest of the Michael Bay movies, and I feel like you're like me. The only way I'll watch those shitty movies is for content. Yeah. So what we should do over the summer is review all of the Transformers.
Oh my god.
No, we don't even. I'm not talking commentary because nobody's going to listen to a 3-hour podcast.
Oh, thank God.
Of that because those movies.
We do
are
still. Our
way
next
too
commentary
long.
though has to be Batman and Robin, because that's the only way I'm going to ever see that movie.
Yeah, in a couple weeks, the Batman is coming to HBO Max, and since we did a definitive ranking of the Spider-Man movies, we want to do a definitive ranking of the Batman movies. I also want to bring in former guest, friend of the show, Luke Moyer. And because him and I used to do a Batman podcast, so it's only fitting that, which is, by the way, on this feed, they're in our little back issue section, and it only fitting that we would come back together to do that. So look out for that soon. Who knows if we'll actually watch? Because good God, dude, that's honestly the hardest part of those Michael Bay movies is just gonna find the time to watch them because they're all like almost 3 hours. It's ridiculous.
And 3 hours of crap.
And it's convoluted. Yeah. It's like, dude, it shouldn't be that hard to make robots that turn into cars that turn into robots fight each other. Should not be that difficult. And by the way, we've crossed the threshold. This is the longest episode of the series of the show.
By the way,
right
when I'm
here,
driving
right
home
now.
tonight, I'm gonna be when I'm driving home after this, I'm gonna listen to the metal version of the Transformers theme song. You know, from the movie in the '80s.
Yeah. It is weird that I've kind of.
wage the battle to the evil forces of
It's so
the
weird.
Decepticons.
It's so weird to me that I become a Transformers fan as an adult instead of a kid. Like I did the reverse of that, but it was just hoping and praying that because
hoping and praying
my nephew
and loving.
My nephew was into Transformers for a time. I don't know if he still is. He's more into like Minecraft and shit now. But
shit, that bullshit.
My nephew,
Goddamn video games.
my nephew was really into Transformers. So fingers crossed that my son gets into Transformers because you know what? It's not so much of getting him the toys. It's the toy. I'm getting the toys for me. Let's be real. Okay. So future son, future son. Lincoln, if you're listening to this in the future, you better get into Transformers now.
Lincoln, you just turned 50, and now it's time. Now you're old enough to hear this.
It is kind of weird that a 28-year-old man is like, I like Transformers now, but that's not true. Like, I feel like the comics are definitely more adult-oriented than the show. Because the comics are written by guys that grew up watching the cartoon, so obviously they're going to have more of an adult tone to them. But I don't know. Let's end this shit. I'm going to transform into an outro.
I'm going to transform into
Bad Mother Crusher.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice. Oh, we're going to end. You mentioned this.
Yeah.
We're going to end this with a clip of you actually going to the rally.
Oh, yeah.
And we're not going to play it right now, but as we're recording, but you will hear it as we post it, as we end the longest episode ever. And this is what happens when we take a week off. Actually, this is the second time we've taken a week off.
And that's it.
Okay. So whenever you're ready, go. We ended up getting rained on a little bit, but I brought like a bunch of Slickers from the dollar store, so I'll pass those out and whatnot. Just a beautiful day, man. The rain doesn't matter because I heard. Listen to those cheers. Listen to those cheers. They're still going. I'm cold, but these beautiful stories of these beautiful human beings that we just heard. How are you afraid of that? I don't know. I wish you all a blessed day.